Lesson 15. Conjunctions. Icebreaker. Read these sentences. Payal and Kanak visited Mangalore last weekend. Do you have Iravati Karve's Yuganta or any of her other books? There is a diversion on Patel Road because a new metro line is being constructed. Lasya did not like the pool, yet she went swimming. The headmistress called for a meeting so she could explain the problem. The italicized words are joining words. Words which link parts of a sentence or sentences themselves are called conjunctions. Examples: Ripin had a terrible cold, but he still went to class. Kiran could not sleep since it was noisy. Into the wild jungle walked the scientist and her assistant. Here are some other conjunctions: for, while, whether, before, as, either, once, if, since. Types of conjunctions. Conjunctions are of various types. They are used to join two objects, actions, ideas, and thoughts. Conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, correlative conjunctions. Conjunctions can be placed at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end of a sentence according to the position of objects and clauses. Some commonly used conjunctions are as follows: and, although, as soon as, because, but, even though, for, in case, moreover, or, since, so, still, therefore, though, while, yet. Examples: Anuk refuses to eat vegetables, nor will he eat fruits. Coordinating conjunction. The headmaster always speaks into our class whenever he passes by. Subordinating conjunction. Either the story is false or Jonita is telling the truth. Correlative conjunction. Coordinating conjunctions. Conjunctions that are used to combine two independent ideas, clauses, or sentences having equal importance are called coordinating conjunctions. There are 7 coordinating conjunctions. They are as follows: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Coordinating conjunctions can be memorized using the following memory aid. Fanboys. F for, A, and, N, nor, B, but, O, or, Y, yet, S, so. Each of the coordinating conjunctions has a specific meaning. Coordinating conjunction, meaning, example. For shows a reason or purpose. Dhriti doesn't have enough money, or she has spent it all. And connects two similar ideas. Manu Das runs a publishing company and writes books. Nor compares a negative, contrasting idea. Jason cannot go to work nor the supermarket. Ahilya doesn't know French nor Spanish. Can be replaced with neither is the opposite of and, but compares two contrasting ideas. Highlights an exception. Dr. Sharma is an expert in neurology, but she doesn't operate. The park is clean, but we can't use it. Or highlights two choices. Rehan wanted to see a horror film or a comedy. Yet shows an exception, shows a contrast to an idea. Lalit has 3 vans, yet none of them has any fuel. Teesta ate a whole thali, yet she felt hungry. So shows a reaction, shows a consequence. Varis ate all the cakes, so there are none left. Puneet was feeling feverish, so he went home. Watch out. When two independent clauses are connected using a coordinating conjunction, use a comma before the second clause. Example: I went to the mall, but I could not buy anything. When two phrases or an independent clause and a phrase are connected using a coordinating conjunction, there is no need to use a comma. Example, you may need a comb and a brush. Subordinating conjunctions. Conjunctions that are used to combine a main or independent clause with a subordinate or dependent clause are called subordinating conjunctions. A main or independent clause is a clause that can stand on its own. A subordinate or dependent clause is a clause that cannot stand on its own and requires the main clause to make complete sense. There are 10 common subordinating conjunctions: if, since, as, when, although, while, after, before, until, because. These are 10 subordinating conjunctions can be memorized using the following memory aid. I saw a verb. Examples: if you decide to travel abroad, you will need a passport. The doctor asked the patient to lie down since he was not well. As Umesh swam to the shore, he saw a small dark triangle floating near him. The bus stopped when the conductor blew the whistle. Although there were few participants, the crafts fair was a huge success. The film started while we were parking the scooter. Sucheta called her mother after the guests left. The social worker could not find any drinking water before he reached the village. Shankar waited at the tea shop until the rain stopped. Malti kept the shop open because it sheltered people from the rain. These are some other subordinating conjunctions: even if, that, so that, before, though, even though, unless, than, till, once, now that, whenever, in order that, wherever, as though, as long as soon as, whether, provided that, rather than. Subordinating conjunctions in noun clauses. A subordinating conjunction connects a noun clause with some other clause in a sentence. A noun clause is a clause that plays the role of a noun. Examples: Farid saw that nothing had changed. Ekta didn't care if she missed the train. The italicized words are subordinating conjunctions. The underlined part in each sentence is a noun clause. The most common subordinating conjunction used to introduce noun clauses is that. Other subordinating conjunctions are if, how, what, whatever, when, where, whether, which, who, whoever, whom, why. Subordinating conjunctions in adverb clauses. Like the noun clause, a subordinating conjunction connects an adverb clause with some other clause in a sentence. An adverb clause is one that functions as an adverb. Adverb clauses are of different types: of time, reason, purpose, consequence, condition, concession, and comparison. Each type of adverb clause needs a specific subordinating conjunction. Study this table. Subordinating conjunction, type of adverb clause, example: before, since, till, after. Adverb clause of time. The Wi-Fi connection resumed after power was restored. Shreya has not seen Priyam since she moved to Delhi. As, because, since. Adverb clause of reason. The group allowed Yukta to enter as she was a friend. Arav won the debate because he argued well. That, lest, in order that, so that. Adverb clause of purpose. Some people eat so that they can live, while some live so that they can eat. Kamal held her hand lest she stumbled. So that. Adverb clause of result or consequence. Tehmina packed so many books in her suitcase that she could barely lift it. Ishan was so tall that his head almost touched the ceiling. If, unless, provided that. Adverb clause of condition. If Joshua gets a job in Canada, he will leave. The police chief was committed to solving the problem provided he knew what caused it. Though and although. Adverb clause of concession. Though Varun works hard at chess, He is yet to master it. Frida built her business from scratch, although it was not easy. Dan, adverb clause of comparison. Manav is more interested in climbing mountains than Shirish. Dhruv thinks he is better at tennis than Smriti. Correlative conjunctions. Conjunctions which are used in pairs are called correlative conjunctions. They are used when talking about two things that are related in some way. These are some common correlative conjunctions. Either or, neither nor, not only but also, whether or, no sooner than, rather than, such that, scarcely when, as much as many as, both and, as. Examples: either Chitra was at the library or she was at the concert hall. Neither the principal nor the director was present at the meeting. Not only did Team C win the quiz but also made us proud. Nitya wanted to know whether Pali or Prakrit was more difficult to learn. No sooner did Dr. Vyas finish his speech than the lights went out. Mani would rather not play in the team than be forced to lead it. The ladder was placed in such a way that it slipped when someone walked past. Scarcely had Anupama reached the market when she noticed she had forgotten the list of items to be bought. Gauri likes football as much as cricket. Karan had as many friends as his father did. Both the magazine and the newspaper were soaking wet on the grass. As soon as the cyclist stopped at the red light, it turned green. Points to remember. Coordinating conjunctions can join two verbs, two nouns, two adjectives, two phrases, or two independent clauses. Some subordinating conjunctions can be interchanged with others. To state the cause of something, subordinating conjunctions as, because, and since can be used interchangeably. To express contrast, while and whereas can be used interchangeably. However, keep in mind that whereas is often considered more formal. Though and although are interchangeable if you use even though, an extra emphasis is added. As long as, provided that can be used interchangeably. Knowledge gained. Words which link parts of a sentence or sentences themselves are called conjunctions. Conjunctions are of various types: coordinating, subordinating, and correlative. Conjunctions that are used to combine two ideas, clauses, or sentences having equal importance are called coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions can be memorized using the memory aid fanboys. Conjunctions that are used to combine a main or independent clause with a subordinate or dependent clause are called subordinating conjunctions. The chief subordinating conjunctions can be remembered using the memory aid I saw a verb. A subordinating conjunction connects a noun clause or an adverb clause with some other clause in a sentence. Different types of adverb clauses use different types of conjunctions. Conjunctions used in pairs when talking about two related things are called correlative conjunctions.